The Oregon Caves National Monument is, of course, world famous, and it's in our own backyard. You can hit Cave Junction, and it's just 20 miles east. To show you just half of what the Oregon Caves has to offer would take a full-length documentary. But we're just going to talk about 3 different adventures you can experience right now. You take your pick. But first, some quick history. In 1874, this man, Elijah Davidson, was hunting with his favorite dog, Bruno. Suddenly, Bruno took off after a bear. Elijah took off after Bruno. They all wound up in what is now the Oregon Caves.
He went in with 6 matches, burned them all away, was stuck in the darkness.
He managed to crawl out by following a creek bed.
And of course, when he got out, he had a story to tell folks.
But what about Bruno?
A lot of folks worry about Bruno, his dog, and whether he got out, and he did too, just fine.
Okay, here are the 3 cave excursions you can take. The first one's pretty easy. I'll let Ranger George Herring tell you about them.
So our primary tour is the Discovery Tour. It's a 90-minute experience in the cave, led by a ranger. It's very twisting, winding, adventurous, but it is mostly a paved route, and it's comfortable for most people to go through.
This one's a bit harder.
We also have an off-trail tour, which is very exciting. When you're back there, it's just you and your light. The off-trail tour takes about 3 hours to crawl through the cave. We do provide coveralls and other equipment to go in, except for boots. And you're gonna get muddy. You're gonna go through a hole that's about 11 inches by 19 inches wide. You gotta belly crawl to get through. When you get out, you'll never forget that experience.
And the final tour? Well, it's a time machine that takes you back to 1874.
In the evening, last tour of the day during the summer, we have a candlelight tour. So if you want to get a little bit of the sense of the adventure of what Elijah Davidson and some of the early explorers would have had, you take that one.
Ranger George has one more thing to tell you.
Yeah, so if you are coming up, the chateau is closed, and that does include the cafe and the restaurant. So be sure you eat something before you come up the hill.
Closed for some much-needed renovation. But the visitor center is still open. You can make a reservation online at recreation.gov. You can also purchase tickets at the cave, but Ranger George suggests that you stop by the Illinois Valley Visitor Center and buy your tickets there.
And you'll save about 45 minutes to an hour of wait.
Scott G., NBC5 News.